Alright, this right here is going to be your training for the RT briefing. So, to put it simply, soft hats will be on this side of the room, on these tables and these tables. Now, there are sections, hard hat, generals, and soft hats. Obviously, you should already know this by the time you become a general, or at least a hard hat section. But if you don't know already, soft hat, general, hard hat. Soft hat, general, hard hat. Now, where to position these people is very basic. Over here by the UFO poster or by the server room, the further they are to this side of the room, the beginning they are to that section, which means that what we call nakeds are the rank zeros position right here. If they do not have a vest, a visual vest on, they go right here. If they do have a vest on, you put them right here. How do I know if it has a vest on? Use your brain. Does that look like they have a vest on? Probably not. Does this look like a vest? Probably yes. Once they achieve the scarf, which is the last rank of soft hat, they will all go right here within these two tables. The same thing goes for the hard hats. When it comes to the hard hats, if they just have the hard hat in the regular uniform, they will go right here. Some of them have the little leg pouch on the right leg. They go right here. And then finally, at the end of the room, they have both the leg pouch and they also have the little sleeves on their arms. You'll see what I mean once you get to the briefings. But if they have both the pouch and the arm sleeves, those are rank 8s. They go right here at these two tables. Now, when it comes to the briefings for the generals, ideally, the major generals will go right here. Once you get to the mid of this room, probably about right here, if you want to know, it's basically right where this desk is, these two squares. You can follow them all the way back over here, in between those two desks. Those two sections of squares is basically where second in commands and first in commands go. They stand right here. And then finally, team leaders. That would be me, Mr. Perk at the moment, me, Mr. Perk, and at the moment, Mr. Cash, Mr. Cash County, let's see who else is there, Mr. Coleman, and other team leaders. They will be positioned here. They already know where to go. You don't have to worry about them, but usually if they don't go to the right spot, sometimes they'll position themselves right there at the desks. That also goes for Miss Cash Wifey. She is also a team leader technically, so she will go up here at the desks. And obviously the person who does the briefing, which is going to be you, if you did the position during raid, you automatically stand right here. It doesn't matter where you stand. You can stand anywhere around these tables. It doesn't really matter. I tend to position myself here when I'm addressing soft hats. When I'm addressing hard hats, I'll stand right here. When I'm going to major generals, I'll stand right here. And then when I'm going to the DFGs, I'll actually stand like right here and address them by name so they can go. Now, whenever you're calling people out, you're going to go, first of all, before anything, obviously, you can talk first. Say your ideas, say your words about the raid and what you think could have gone better or what you think went amazing. But after you go, you're going to want to start with the soft hats. It doesn't matter who you start with. There's no specific order. Any soft hat with their taxi emote, you select them first. Once you're done with them, you're going to go over here to the hard hat section. Same thing it goes. It doesn't matter what rank they are. Anyone who raises their hand, they will all have a chance to go. You can call any one of them first and let them say their piece about the raid. After that, you're going to want to address the major generals in the back of the room. Once they're done, you're going to want to address the second in commands. Once you're done with that, you're going to go to the team leaders. After they say their words, you can go ahead and move to the DFGs and Mr. FG if he stands right there. After that, you can go ahead and conclude the briefing, in which, speaking, whenever you start the briefing, before any talk at all, you're going to want to go ahead and say 3, 2, 1, salute, get ready, wait for a little bit, and then do a quick salute. Don't cancel the salute because that is considered very disrespectful. Let the emote do its thing and then go away. And then you're going to want to do the same exact thing when you end the briefing. Once everyone's done, after everyone goes, you can feel free to say, hey, before we end the briefing, is there anyone who wants to say the word of peace? Anyone who has opinions about the raid? You can go ahead and address them. If they raise their taxi emotes, don't let anyone just talk out of turn unless they raise their hands. On the other hand, if it's DFGs, if it's team leaders, they will usually know to use their taxis, or they'll just call out, say what they have to say, depending on what's going on. Rules for briefing, very simple. The chat is not to be used. If they say in frag chat, I have to go for work, family emergency, that's perfectly fine. Or in public chat, that's perfectly fine. But if they're chit-chatting in the frag chat, in the flobby chat, or in the regular chat, that's a big no-no. Go ahead and correct them in the raid. Say, hey, or not in the raid, but in the briefing, say, hey, you cannot use the chats while I'm doing briefing. It is very disrespectful. Also, don't do what I did. Go ahead and put away your weapon. Make sure everyone has their weapons put away. Make sure those chats aren't being used. No one's using those chats to chit-chat and ignore what you're saying. And everyone's listening. Other than that, no one's allowed to emote except for the taxi emotes. If they're chit-chatting and using their emotes to express their feelings, that's perfectly fine. But before and after is a huge no-no. It doesn't matter if they have their surrender emote. It doesn't matter if they're doing the FBI emote. It doesn't matter. Make sure they are not emoting unless they're expressing how they feel about the raid while they're being called by name. Other than that, that's about it for briefing. We'll go ahead to video number 3 on Discord. This one should be even shorter so you can understand how the logs go.